Hey everyone, welcome to the video of the week. Today's video of the week is Walking Dead Season 9, Episode number 9 coverage. This episode pretty much started off with the last thing we remember in the earlier part of this season, which was where all some of the people from Alexandria and the Hilltop were surrounded by the Whisperers and a bunch of walkers in the graveyard. Well, they end up escaping the graveyard and heading back to the Hilltop with the dead body of Jesus, and then they take him back to the Hilltop and pretty much show that the Hilltop that he is dead. Tara kind of takes a little bit of a bigger role as like the leader now, in a sense. But I think that's going to be more so Tara and Daryl, by the way that this episode ended out. But we'll get to that in a minute. But before the hand, they did run into some more of the Whisperers. And they ended up kidnapping one of them and taking him back to Hilltop. And pretty much asking her questions about the Whisperers. Like, what's her name? How many are there, and etc. She still really won't answer any questions or whatever. And then they put her in a prison cell. Meanwhile, while all this is happening at Alexandria, Negan had obviously escaped in the last episode of earlier in the season from his prison cell and was trying to escape Alexandria by climbing over the wall. Judith caught him, but then he talks Judith into letting him go. Judith said, however, next time I see you, I will shoot you. Well, then Negan ends up pretty much walking to the sanctuary and pretty much finding nothing's really there. Nobody's there. So he ends up trying to walk back to Alexandria, where he runs into Judith, and those two kind of just chit-chat and whatever. And she does shoot at him when he's riding a bike. And heading back to Alexandria, and she asks what's next, and he said, I'll let you know when I know. But that's pretty much the last that you see of Negan in this episode, and Judith. But going back to the Hilltop with this Whisperer girl, as we know also, Henry is in the prison cell as well at Hilltop, because Henry was caught drinking or whatever, and was put in there, and so he is in there as well when they bring the prisoner in or whatever. And Daryl ends up getting frustrated after they start burying Jesus about it, and he goes down and starts pretty much investigating more with the Whisperer girl, asking her questions. Still not getting anywhere. He threatens to pretty much kill her and hang her. But then Henry keeps kind of like butting in with, like, even though he's in a different cell, like butting in and telling him to stop or whatever. He keeps telling him to shut up, but then it kind of talks him into it. He lets the girl go, and Henry, he tells him, I told you to shut up, and then he said, well, you're going to stay in there pretty much until whatever. And then Henry reveals that his name's Henry to the girl, and she says that her name is Lydia. So I think that there's something going to be going on between Henry and her. Possibly Henry and her maybe getting into a relationship. Who knows? Also, in addition to that, 2 members of the Hilltop had left out looking for some of the members of the Hilltop and all that before. One of them is one of the new people, Luke. The other one is one of the saviors that actually ended up helping out the Hilltop. I forget his name. But he and the Lucas go out and pretty much searching for like Jesus in them before that they know that Jesus died. And they still haven't returned. Here at the ending of the episode, we know that they're surrounded by a bunch of Whisperers. And the one says this is where the end of the trail. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next episode of The Walking Dead with that. But it's also going to be interesting to see what's going on with The Walking Dead due to some of the rumors that are happening. But I don't want to get too much into that. But all I know is there's rumors stating a couple people on The Walking Dead are leaving the show and or dying off. So that's going to be interesting to see whom will, in a sense, take their spot as like leader, etc. So who knows? Anyways, another side thing is we find out that Rosita is pregnant to Sadiq. So Sadiq is the doctor that Carl brought in about a season or two ago. Anyways, so that was some big news as well. So that's going to be interesting to see where that story develops. Anyways, with that said, next Wednesday's video of the week is WWE pay-per-view Elimination Chamber coverage, or not coverage, but predictions. I'm sorry. It'll be predictions. So you have a great day. Peace, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.